we actually have one more topic that we're going to delve in, but we're going to do it real quick since we don't have much time. So illegal mining, or galamsey, has actually become a significant topic because it poses a challenge environmentally, and also a lot of social challenges have come up with that, and a lot of bodies have come up to say this must be banned. And recently, Occupy Ghana has joined their voices to say criminalize all those actually leasing the lands to such activities. So, Lorato, what measures has the NPP government taken to tackle this so far? Because obviously you are in the ruling seat right now.
So, in the height of galamsey, and I must also emphasize that galamsey is not an issue that anybody should play politics with. And I stay away from playing politics with it, because the water that is coming into my house, the water that is being bottled or bagged coming to my house, doesn't know whether I'm NDC or NPP or CPP or PNC. So when it comes to galamsey, and I have maintained, and I'm very happy that all these bodies are coming out. But I think we don't need to end at just statements. This needs community togetherness. Yeah. We all need to come together. Look, we've been fighting galamsey. Whilst trying to understand it, I cited a paper. I will check. I keep forgetting the guy. I think it's Philip or something, who did an extensive paper. We've been fighting galamsey since 1989. Using state apparatus, using law, using security. And I have maintained that it's a security issue, no doubt. But the solution to it goes beyond the security. It involves everyone. Because look, the security agencies, even at a point, people are alleging that the security agencies that were now now protecting the people committing the crime rather than committing the. Those are some of the things that have come up. People have been arrested. People have been penalized for these things. At a point, there was a ban on small-scale mining, and we need to draw that line. There's small-scale mining, and there's illegal mining, that is galamsey. Right. So even if a small-scale miner has a license and has been given a concession, so remember around the eastern region, in the height of the fight, there were some small-scale miners that had diverted courses of rivers and all that, and they were made to stay within their concession and all that. In the heat of all that, I remember 2017, that was when the coalition, I think, journalists led by, is it Ken? Engineer Kenashibe came out. I think we should follow up with that approach we actually to it. Had, we need to, because you see, there's this approach in this country that when it comes to some of these things, everything is left at the doorstep of the government. I'm not saying government is not responsible. Government has to ensure. Definitely, government has responsibility in taking care of these security people and everything. Government will have to champion the enactment of laws. So at a point, you even realize that there was a stakeholder meeting that came out with a recommendation that no concessionaire goes into a community without the involvement of chiefs.
All right. But do you think it's a failure of the national security to have actually maintained the momentum?
I mean, failure in that context of not being able to clamp it down. That's a fair statement to make, that we couldn't sustain that thing. But if you are taking security into an enclave and they are being compromised, do you still keep taking them? That is a question we should also be asking. So that's why I'm saying that look, naval ships were bought, no drones were bought, all efforts were put in, laws were passed, right? But at the end of the day, this security patrol point to point, we have over 8 regions that this is becoming pervasive. So let's even say that we have security all over there. What about, we put all the security in these 8 regions. What about the other areas of the country or other areas that they need to protect us? What about our roads? What about all those things that are happening? What about our public spaces? So you can't keep the security in all the 8 regions. So they will have to move. When they move, and whoever they've sacked comes back, I think the community also has that responsibility to raise that alarm. And for me, apart from government doing what it has to, because we have the laws, we've done stakeholder engagement and all that. So I think that it's great that all these institutions, I've heard GMA, I've heard UTAG, I've heard, I mean, counted more. I've counted more than I've counted more than 10. Even the small scale miners have also come. They are against the ban. Because if you even go into our gold production, they contribute about 40% to it. So it doesn't even inure to the benefit. But how responsibly can we all come together beyond the rhetoric and make sure that what is being done, because it affects all of us.
Right. So now I'm going to leave the last word to you. Obviously, it has become very deadly. In fact, it's gone to its deadly state because affecting the water bodies, and also the use of champagnes is also what is affecting, making everything worse. I mean, you can mine, but not close to the water bodies, and that is what is scary.
Chris, you didn't let her tell you what they will do for journalists. And that is sliding away. Nothing, zilch, zero, nothing to offer you. I've told you what we'd offer you. And I've told you the status of press freedom when we were in power, and the status of press freedom under their watch. That is their scorecard. Let's move on. So you see, the NPP, led by Nana Addo Dankwa and Dr. Bawumia, are actually terrorizing us. They've become the terrorists who are serving us poisoned food and water with this galamsey menace. Let me also state that the president did not put his presidency on the line. In fact, there was no line. He cleaned the line. If there is any line, the presidency puts our lives on the line to the extent that even babies are born with deformity, babies who don't have a hand in this menace. And then you see, as far back as 30th September 2022, the Ministry for Lands and Natural Resources issued a press release cautioning Akonta Mining to desist from mining in the Tanonimiri Reserve, right? Now tell me if that does not contradict the president coming out to clear Akonta Mining that, oh, you are not doing anything, you are clean. Fast forward to the bar conference, he's telling us that would Ghanaian choose a clearing agent over government official one? In any case, he has cleared and cleared and cleared and keep clearing. And Ghanaians have decided, the decision they already know, and they are headed to opposition. In fact, by 9th December, the NPP will not break the 8. They would actually break into 8 with their inability to fight this galamsey menace. Now, let me tell you, Captain Jamal Seidu, he is the legal advisor to the Operation Vanguard that we pumped money into, came out to tell us that the Operation Vanguard was just formed. They were not giving any laws to guide their work. Everybody was doing what they so feel, sponsored with the taxpayers' money. Now, did you hear in that famous video when her people had gathered, trying to look for some viable concessions to go and mine on it because party here sika? See, when it comes to doing galamsey, you go and look for the concession, you do it, you give the money to your party apparatchiks. After worsening the water, after worsening aquatic life, plant life, forest life, and human life, you come to the table and said, let's all come together. When we were cautioning you, where were your ears? That the fact that the president can grant written permission to people to mine in forest reserve, please, John Dramani Mahama is saying that he will not issue any new licenses, and that we have put on record. Now, the chairman of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining says, oh, please, this fight was all a scam. It was simply a scam, and I reiterate that to Ghanaians watching, that the fight was a scam. It was never intended to be. It was just to enrich party at the detriment of the lives of Ghanaians. Please, galamsey has fought President Nana Addo Dankwa, galamsey has fought Dr. Bawumia, and they have been muddied with the galamsey water. They can't help the situation.
All right.
Chris,
Thank you.
I don't think you're a channel for. I don't think you're a channel for propaganda. But you see, you don't go chasing people who don't understand issues, when they make statements that are obviously false. They don't understand governance. Where is my camera? This is page 38 of the NPP's manifesto.
Right.
What is there?
But for the media,
What is there?
Support to advance democratic government.
So you see how they lie.
Yes.
You see how they
well.
lie without conscience.
No.
These were the people that went to tell galamseyers, their flag bearer, said that they will grant amnesty
Of course,
to the people that have been
kingpins are in
arrested.
your party.
Well, it
Chris,
Went
the
and
kingpins
reduced
are in
galamsey
the
to a
NPP.
vote. Today she has the
kingpins
moral
are the
right
owners of
to
the
come and do
wine.
propaganda
The
with the lives of
kingpins
Ghanaians.
The ones that they are catching are the ones that are on the lower level.
Just leave it.
Yeah.
Naratu didn't
That's
hear
right. She doesn't
the
understand. They
kingpins
don't read.
Of galamsey.
It's just a notebook
We
of
will set
propaganda
free
that they move
the
around.
Thank
by-day-
you,
we
thank
will
you.
see. We will set free the by-day laborers.
Yeah.
They have no hand in this galamsey.
They are always masters.
Please, they are the masters.
All right.
And
Thank you.
galamsey is happening because
Reduce the
NPP
lives of
said
people
they
to
need
vote.
money.
All right.
This is unfortunate.
Thank you
They
so
should
much.
pure
Thank you so much,
propaganda.
Laratu Musa Saka of the NPP communications team, and Atswei Nee-Okpey, who is the member of the NDC communications team. Thank you so much. It was really nice having this conversation with you. And as the elections draw closer, some of these issues will still be popping up, and it's important for us to have these conversations. And the issue of illegal mining, more labor groups are actually joining this whole talk. There's a federation of labor groups that will be having their meetings today, and even media groups are all coming together. So it's important for us all to speak. If you see something, please say something. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this segment